Alright. Well, greetings LEGO enjoyers, and I'm sorry I didn't make any new parts of this series for, well, a couple of weeks or a week, because I was busy making my Christmas special. Alright, so we gotta find bag number 3. We gotta find bag number 3. Where is it? There it is. Bag number 3. Bag number 4. Yeah, some of these bags are really freaking tiny, by the way. Anyways, let's get on with it. Okay. Just check. Alright, where's the bag number? Yeah, it doesn't actually say the bag number, but it's supposed to open up bag number 3. So yeah, bag number 3, we go. Here we go, bag number 3. And away we go. Whoopsie, it fell down. Yeah. The shorts. Here we go. Alright. And these pieces are also stickered, by the way. These are the side panels. Now we'll flip it to the other side. Yeah, like this whole step is very short. have a problem. It won't close in all the way. Alrighty, so I figured out what the problem is. Yeah, there was this one piece that was missing. Yeah. And it closes in all the way. There we go, and now I can put that other piece in. Stop trying to knock over the droid display manual. Yeah, the instruction book was trying to knock over the droid display. Go. Yep, someone decided to come down in the basement during filming, of course. Yeah, that always happens to be the case. You're filming along and then someone decides to come down for no reason and pretty much froze the whole project off course. Anyways. Yeah, and there's a visitor there. Of course, there has to be a visitor. Just keeps getting better and better, doesn't it? Gotta stay focused. Gotta stay focused, man. Yeah, there's no pieces to set these aside because, well, if you look at the manual, Yeah. It's supposed to be right by there, which, yeah. If you set them there, there's nothing to hold them in place. Absolutely nothing. So you kind of have to figure that out on your own. Okay, so let's see. Got this piece of there, and that piece goes there. Yeah, it should be able to hold it in place once you get them in there. Yeah, like this. If that's not illegal building instructions, then I don't know what is. So yeah, there's basically a hollow crevice. And nothing to put them on there. That's really odd, if you ask me. Yeah. Hollow crevice. Oh my golly, if you... If there's not a weirder way to put on a Lego piece, then I don't know what is. Because the piece doesn't actually stay on. It's really weirdly designed. Oh my good golly, like who designed this? But it's still a cool set though. It's just that there's a hollow gap. There. Oh my good golly. This is a new experience for me. Yeah, we're on to bag number 4. Although we forgot about some other pieces that were supposed to be resting inside. doesn't actually tell you to put them in there beforehand. Yeah, we missed an instruction set. Anyways. Comedic hijinks ensue. That they do. Because I cannot believe I missed a whole entire instruction set. Yeah, missing pieces is one thing, but missing a whole entire instruction set, that's another thing entirely. Yeah. Alright, let's remove this piece. And get this piece in there. And there we go. Now can sit freely inside the crevice there. Yeah, the hollow crevice is supposed to be filled with these type of pieces. Jeez. Yeah, so it's got two yellow pieces. Can you believe that? Anyways. We are done with this set of instructions. Pop it off. Jeez. go. Yeah. This actually punishes you for skipping steps. There we go. Yeah, and dress it up with more of these panel pieces. Here we go! Yeah, the camera's battery just ran out again. Crazy, I know. But anyways, let's finish up on what we started. Alright, so where's that piece? We know that piece doesn't go there. This piece goes there. That piece goes there. I might have made an error. Piece actually goes there. There we go. Now we got them in the right way. We got them where they're supposed to be. Whoopsie. There we go. All finished. No more drama.
Merry Christmas, you filthy animal. And a Happy New Year.
Yeah, it's just my phone that went off. Without any issues. That part is done. It is done. Now we're on to bag number 4. Because I gotta condense these parts. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Same process as last time. We're going on the right track. Hopefully not by an 8-track. Yeah, it's the front suspension. Same process as the rear suspension. Sheesh. There's another one of these. Yeah, it's a whole suspension setup going on here. Where do the brake piece go? There it is. Go. And yes, you're supposed to put in this piece. More. Good. In there. Jesus, the front. Good. In there, man. There. Get in. It's gonna be one of the hardest pieces to get in. Anyways, where was I? Alright. We got those other pieces to get in there. Yeah, even the instructions don't show you fully getting them and getting it in there. Yeah, it's going in the right way. Just wanted to check. Holy crap, this is a whole entire front suspension setup. Okay. Yakety yak. That is so involved. Yeah, I've had some hurdles to conquer, but I think it was worth it. Ooh, look at there. So cool, man. Yeah. We can turn. And now we got more to deal with. We got more pieces to deal with, and we all set doing the whole front suspension assembly. I think the car has come together pretty nicely. here we go. Yeah, I dealt with two problems. The camera's battery running out and the camera running out of storage in the SD card itself. Man, I didn't even know that I had to deal with that in a long time because, well, anybody who's owned a camera knows that if you run out of storage, that means you have to get more space on the camera. You have to free up some videos or photos. And then you have to, well, get some more space on the camera. Well, yeah, you have to free up some space on the camera and then you can record more videos. Yeah. It's existed in the early days of digital cameras, and it's still a problem that persists with modern digital cameras. Heck, I remember when the Apple QuickTake was a thing. Well, I don't remember when the Apple QuickTake was a thing, actually. I was too young to live in that era. But I do remember getting a Olympus digital camera. And I know about the struggles of having to get videos and photos off your camera just so you could store more. Yeah, what goes around comes around, am I right? Yeah, it's a long time issue with digital camera photography. Yeah. Remember film cameras? Yeah, film cameras have the same exact problem. If you run out of space on a film camera, you have to take the film out. And it was an even bigger problem with film cameras because you have to carry extra camera film with you. Alright, let's see. Yeah. Cameras always had, every era of cameras always had their limitations and quirks. There we go. It's going to be a big Formula One car. Yeah, got the steering wheel. There we go. It moves the front steering. It moves the front axle to be more precise. And we've got more stickers to deal with. Mansell Renault. Yeah, it's obviously a stand-in for the Canadian beer company that LEGO doesn't want to promote. Because they've made a rule about not promoting alcohol in any of their sets. Just like how they don't want to advocate towards making military vehicles, even though they've broken some of their rules sometimes. So yeah, LEGO has been known to break some of their rules. Yeah. They've released a Technic set called the V22 Osprey, but had to cancel it. And the cancellation was so abrupt that it meant that LEGO had to find another way to make use of the pieces. Yeah. It was noticed by peace groups. Yeah. Because if you do your research, you'll find out that the V22 Osprey was only ever used as a military vehicle. It wasn't used to search and rescue. Yeah, LEGO tried to pass it off as a search and rescue vehicle, but it didn't work. It's a shame considering that that set probably goes for a lot of money nowadays, considering that it had a limited release in certain stores. It's a highly sought after set. So yeah, it was semi-cancelled. I say semi-cancelled because it wasn't really cancelled. It was released in a select few stores, but it never got to see the light of day in the LEGO store. Yeah. It's crazy that LEGO can get themselves into trouble sometimes. Yeah, there are times when LEGO has broken their own rules, but they still keep true to their word. Because world peace organizations still exist. Yeah. Activists still exist. If the set has a military vehicle in it, well, LEGO has no choice but to include it. Like, for example, with various Indiana Jones sets. Military vehicles are parts of the movie itself, and LEGO had to include the military vehicles. Yeah, they're used by, well, I'm not going to say it because I don't want to get a strike for it, but they're used by the bad people. Yeah, let's just call them the bad people, because I don't want to say the word, since LEGO has some language that since YouTube has some language that you're not allowed to say. Because of the fear of getting your videos removed. Yeah, there was also the Sopwith Camel, which was a military plane. It was used in World War I, but it was retired though. It was a retired plane. And there were also medieval sets that had medieval weaponry. And Star Wars can also be seen as military sets, considering that, well, the X-Wing is kind of like a fighter jet in space. But they're not real, though. They're not real vehicles. And the X-Men also has the Blackbird, aka the X-Jet. Yeah, I could probably list more, but LEGO has had some times when they've broken their own rules of not including any violence and military in their sets. And one of the most violent sets that was actually popular was Bionicle. Considering that they were designed as constructible action figures, aka construction figures. Yeah. So there is a gray area there, and there's also Ninjago, and there's also certain LEGO Creator sets where they have generic planes that kind of look military-ish, but they were never passed off as military vehicles. Yeah, I still wanted to point that out, though. Because it's ironic that LEGO would have some military vehicles hidden in their sets. But like I said, if the plot revolves around if the main character being a soldier, or if there's military vehicles that need to be included in the set because they appeared in the movie, then LEGO would have no choice but to include them in the set. So yeah. I also believe that Dino Attack has vehicles that are like military vehicles. In fact, Dino Attack is the one is the one theme where you get a literal tank, but in Europe it was modified into a vehicle that captured the dinos because, well, Europe is different in their rules and regulations. So yeah. LEGO might have some military vehicles hidden away in their sets, and some military vehicles that appear in the sets because they appear in the movie. But LEGO's still stuck to their own word of avoiding sets with violence and military. That's why you never see a LEGO horror movie set. Or LEGO Breaking Bad, even though a lot of people want LEGO Breaking Bad. Yeah. However, we got a LEGO Stranger Things set, which has Vecna, who's kind of up there with slasher villains. Yeah, and Lego missile launchers are also really powerful, by the way. Some of the most powerful missile launchers that I've ever had in any toy. Yeah. Don't try to shoot your eye out with them. That's what I say. Go. Yeah, I think Stranger Things having a Lego set was inevitable. Because Stranger Things was popular IP and still is. Okay, let's see. Where that goes there. Yeah. Lego has made Indiana Jones sets. They've always made Indiana Jones sets because Indiana Jones is a George Lucas movie, and because they made Star Wars, they have to make Indiana Jones as well. It's kind of a requirement. There we go. That's it. For now, at least. It's looking good. I say it's looking pretty fine. Yeah, it's coming along nicely. Yeah, tune in next time to see what kind of parts of the car we'll build next. But for now, time to sign off. Well, will, not well. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell just in case you haven't already done so. Catch you guys next time and peace out.